Good morning. It's 9 a.m. time to call to order the April 25th, 2024 meeting of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust. Welcome, and our first item is to approve the minutes of the March 28, 2024 Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting. Is there a motion and second? And the item passes. Next up, we have our director's report.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. A couple of things just to highlight. In front of you, there's a proposed airport trust budget for next fiscal year. It's got a cover letter and then some charts and other things on there. We'll be covering this in more detail in the following months, have a briefing and then approval ultimately before the next fiscal year. But just wanted to highlight that so you had that with you to start looking at. As far as operationally, just a couple of notes. We track our anticipated number of departing passengers on a daily basis. We use that for our own purposes and also to help TSA and others in their planning. And we, over the last Sunday, this past Sunday, we had over 8,000 departing passengers, which is, I think, one of the highest days we've ever had. So the activity continues to do well. We did well in March as far as our passenger activity, so things continue to be very busy there. Just talking about this a minute ago, but since our last meeting, we had a groundbreaking for the AAR hangar, and that went well, and appreciate you being there, Mr. Chairman, and giving your comments. So that is it for me as far as updates, and we can move on.
Okay. Well, it's good news hearing that we broke a record, the number of passengers out there. As we move on, the next up is Will Rogers World Airport.
So item A is ratify and approve addendum 1 and 2 awarding a construction contract to Libra Electric for LED street and parking lot lighting. Item B is award a construction contract with Downey Contracting for the Federal Inspection Services facility build out for $9,384,500. Item C is to supplement number 7 to leaseman with Aero Oklahoma to expand their parking lot facility, extend the term, and update certain other lease provisions. Item D is amendment 2 and final acceptance of the North Campus asphalt paving repairs at Mike Monroney. Item E is Amendment 6 for professional services with Cohen Group for rehabilitate terminal access roadways. F is change order 1 with Shiloh Enterprises for the multi-bay maintenance facility addition. G is change order 1 with Downey Contracting for the MetroTech Center roof overlay. H is change order 4 for the Rehabilitate Terminal Access Roadway Phase 2. Item I is Ground Services Agreement with Meridian Lot LLC. J is Ground Services Agreement with MLCV Oklahoma. K is Ground Services Agreement with 9 Hotel LLC. L is Ground Services Agreement with Premier Hospitality. M is Ground Services Agreement with Skyline Investments. N is Ground Services Agreement with Wichita and affiliated tribes. O is Resolution ratifying action of Director of Airports for approval of custodial services contract amendment with R2 Consulting. P is Resolution ratifying actions of Airport Director for approval of temporary employment service with Robert Half. Q is Resolution authorizing change order 1 for terminal restrooms renovation and for professional services with Frankfurt Short Bruza. Item R is resolution authorizing the purchase of professional services with C.H. Guernsey for tunnel MEP replacement. S is resolution authorizing purchase of services of reconstruction to repair taxiway E shoulder. Includes that section.
You've heard the request for approval for Will Rogers World Airport. Is there a motion and second? And the item passes. Okay, next up, we have Wiley Post Airport.
Item A is change order 2 with Elva Roofing Company. Item B is an assumption and assignment for PWA Hangar Unit 403. C is an assignment and assumption agreement for PWA Hangar Unit 404 and 405E. D is assumption agreement for conveyance of PWA T Hangar Unit 1307. And E is assumption agreement for PWA Unit 1702.
Okay. Heard the request for approval for Wiley Post Airport's motion and second. And the item passes. Next up, we have Clarence C. Page Airport.
Item A, lease agreement with Legacy Aviation Services. Item B is an assignment and assumption for Block 1, Lot 2. Item C is change order 3 with Globe Construction Company.
Okay. Heard the request for approval for Clarence C. Page. Is there a motion and second? And the item passes. Okay. Next up, we have General.
Item A is Amendment 2 for the annual maintenance contract with Southeast Plumbing and Backhoe for utility repairs and maintenance.
Okay. Heard the request under General. Is there any questions? Is there a motion and second? And the item passes. Next up, we have easements.
Item A is an easement with the Oklahoma City Airport Trust to the City of Oklahoma City for wastewater improvements at Wiley Post Airport. Item B is an easement for ABC number 6, 3800 South MacArthur. Item C is an easement for 3512 Lakeside Drive. And item D is an easement for 10,710 South Portland Avenue.
Okay. You've heard the request for approval for easements. Is there a motion and second? And the item passes. Next up, we have requisitions. A resolution rectifying the actions of the Director of Airport and approving requisitions previously paid, and also resolution approving requisitions dated April 25th, 2024. Is there a motion and second? And the item passes. Are there any comments from trustees?
There's another item, Mr.
Oh,
Chairman.
do I have one?
Yeah, one more there, 10.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that one. Okay, items for individual considerations.
That's to receive the proposed Oklahoma City Airport Trust budget for fiscal year 2025. So, does that require action, Jamie?
Receive.
Just to receive it?
Receive.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
okay.
Is there a motion and second as we receive the vote for it? And the item passes. We'll get more information on that at the next meeting.
Yep.
Okay. Are there any comments from trustees? Is there any staff wishing to be heard?
Mr. Chairman, I have one other thing I wanted to mention.
Okay.
Just thank you all. I had sent you all some information recently on our branding update and some ideas that we're still looking at, and appreciate your input. We're going to follow up with the consultant and have some further discussions, but I think we've made some good progress based on your feedback, and I'll circle back at some point as we refine it, the ideas that we have for consideration. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Okay. And I understand we have one citizen wishing to be heard, is Travis Robbins with OK Express Delivery. Here? Yes. Yes, you can come up to the mic there.
Hi, I'm Travis Robbins with OK Express Delivery. Thank you guys, first of all, for allowing this platform here and allowing me to speak in front of you guys. So since about 2009, the better part of 15 years, I've owned a company that delivers delayed luggage from the Will Rogers World Airport. This is my previous business partner, Jimmy, who's attended with me. We used to have an office out in air cargo area, and it was a great little location where we could park, leave our vehicles unattended, do the services we need to, and get in and get out. Then the airport started the renovations, and our parking kind of got wishy-washy. And we had sort of an agreement with some previous people where we could park and couldn't park. Unfortunately, I think some of my contractors ruined that agreement. But now the east loading dock is available now, and it's complete, and I don't see why I can't gain access to that area. It's the same area that UPS utilizes, the same place that FedEx utilizes. I'm a delivery company just like they are, and I believe that I should gain access to that location as well.
Okay. Well, we'll take that under advisement and share that with our
Yeah,
airport
I
director.
will be
and we
happy
can look into
to explore that and see what we can do, but.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time.
Sure.
Okay, thank you for your comments. Any other citizens wishing to be heard? If not, we are adjourned.